Hello everybody, what's up, and welcome to the channel where we learn how to be true heroes in the world of Overwatch. Today I have a few clips of a match for you between Anox and Dignitas. So this was done in the Lenovo Cup group stages, happened a couple days ago, but we're only going to be focusing on the first point of Eichenwald. I'm not even going to be going through the full round because I just want, because Eichenwald's a big map, it's a new map, I don't want us to bite off more than we can chew in just one video. So we're going to be starting with Anox on the blue side on offense, and then Dignitas defending. After that, we're going to switch it up. So the Dignitas attacking, Anox defending. So just a brief introduction to this map to give us some perspective. This is the archway, the only way to get into the first point of Eichenwald without a special mobility hero like Genji or Pharah or something. But in general, this is the way that teams are going to be going. Because of this, the very, very popular defensive strategy on this map that Dignitas is representing rather well is the just raw damage, spam, long-range comp, so you can just get as much damage into this little area as possible to prevent the other team from getting through. And that's why we have the Junkrat, which is the classic spammer. For the DPS hero, for the main DPS, we have McCree, who's long range. We are going to be running a Roadhog as well, as opposed to a second support, just to get even more spam in there. This could also be a Hanzo, which is very popular. And of course, Zarya, who has her right click. This is very good for spamming down checkpoints as well. So like I said, we're only going to be running one support, and that's going to be the Mercy. The reason why they're going to only opt to run the one support here is because Mercy is just so effective by herself. The fighting is ideally going to be happening in this one little small area, right? Ideally outside the choke point. And Mercy's just great at that. She can get to anybody, and then when she reses, she can res everybody as well. So Dignitas is going to opt to run just the one support, which sounds like a good idea to me. But on the offensive side, which is what I want to focus on, is going to be Anox. And they're going to be running a very, very different sort of lineup. They're going to be running Tracer and Reaper. Both very, very close range heroes, the most close range DPS heroes in the game, right? And two supports and a Reinhardt, so they really have absolutely no poke at all. They're going to be wanting to get into the face of Dignitas, and we're going to see a couple of the pitfalls you can fall into when running this comp and not being maybe, I guess, courageous enough. So in the beginning of the game, we're going to see this lucky sort of pick on Tracer from the Junkrat. Maybe Tracer shouldn't have been there, maybe she should have dodged it, but whatever, it happens. You know, it's whatever, but it's only going to waste 5 to 10 seconds, so she's going to be up now. But if you look, okay, so there is, like I said, there's no poke whatsoever. Like, there is no ability for Anox to really put out damage, even close to the level that Dignitas is. So the fact that they're even peeking here is very, very dangerous. They should really just be hiding and waiting for the execution. And let's see if that's going to give them any problems, because right now they're being spammed out really, really hard. And we're going to see the Mercy's going to fly to the Reinhardt to try to give him the health, because the Reinhardt is very low, but she's going to wind up getting hooked by the Roadhog, and eventually she's going to wind up going down. So losing the Mercy is going to force them to, again, have to fall back and not push. So right now we are 40 seconds to the match, and again, peeking this, there's no damage. There's no damage on Anox's team, so Reinhardt's sort of guarding nothing. He's just guarding the building and just sort of wearing down his shield. Right now, Anox does have a good comp that can come in and do work, and we're going to see that later on in this round. But they're just peeking too much, being a little too aggressive in an area that they really should not be in. They can't win the spam war at all, and you see that the shield is already down. The Tracer's going to get in, so this is her job. The Tracer's going to go in. She's very, very low health, though, and she's going to be hunted down and killed. So that is the exact type of push that I wanted, that Anox had to do. But let's take a look. If you look at where they came from this angle. So let's go take a look at the map and see what sort of areas that they could possibly come in from. So here we are, and from the perspective of the defender, if you look here, so this is the big arch, and we come up here, there's pretty much roughly 4 areas that the attackers can come through. They can come through here, 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 and through here. Come back so you get a little bit of a better perspective on that. Now, the pathway that Anox decided to go through was just straight down the road. And remember, they had a very close range comp, so they want to get as close as possible, as fast as possible. What that means is you want to basically have as little time for Dignitas to spam you down as you can possibly get. So what they actually wound up taking, they wound up taking the longest route, because remember, Dignitas was sitting sort of here, spamming, and this is the longest angle actually on the map that you could be approaching from. Even longer than this straight up angle from this door here, which seems pretty long in itself. Now, the other two alternatives we have that look a little bit better are we have the right hand side, but a Junkrat standing over here still has a pretty decent angle, right? That's not too short of an angle. But finally we have this little building over here, right? So if you come through, so from spawn, if you come through here, right, you're completely unseen, very little exposure time, and then you're sitting here, and there's no angle that the defenders can actually take to shoot at you. You can have a Junkrat maybe spamming from over here, but it's a very, very narrow sort of difficult angle to do. Definitely a lot harder than doing it straight down the road, or even here into this little cubby hole, because that's especially going downhill, so the bombs will just go straight down. So if Anox wanted to do that sort of close range composition, they would have really, really benefited a lot from coming around into this spot, because basically you're completely unseen until you're bam straight into the arch. You can even come over here if they aren't set up here, hide even longer, and bam, you're here before they first get the chance to shoot you. So I think that just the path that Anox was taking in general for the team comp was really, really hurting them, and especially even the Tracer. The Tracer was coming from here as well. So if you're Tracer, when you get here, you have to go blink, blink, blink. And all you are is you're just here. You aren't even really into the point. Where if you were coming from around here, you can start here pretty much, and start here and go blink, blink, blink. And at this point, you're pretty much onto the point already. Or you could even come into here and start doing some evasive sort of play. But now that we have a better idea of how exactly the angles work with this archway in this map, let's go back to the match. So we just saw that Anox lost their last offensive push, so here they're going to reset, and once again we're going to go straight down this road, and we already discussed how these angles worked a little bit earlier. We're going to have a tire from the Junkrat, going to be tire's pretty strong in this area of the map, but it's just going to delay them for maybe 5 seconds or so. So here comes Anox. Remember, they are a close range comp, so we're going to be wanting to go in, and they do. So we have double Zarya ult go in, a very, very good Zarya ult from Dignitas, keeping them from getting into close range. And that's going to do a lot of work in terms of preventing the DPS that's coming out from Anox. But Anox is going to get a res up, and they're going to try to push in here, which they do. They're pushing in, but the McCree is up on top, and he's going to be doing a lot of damage. That's a really, really good spot from the McCree. Junkrat gets, by the way, Linkster on Junkrat just absolutely went off this match, and he's doing a huge amount of work. It's a great, great kill on the Reaper, and that's going to wind up, and everyone else for the matter, but particularly the Reaper, that's going to wind up opening up this map, and Anox opening up this point for the retake, and Anox is going to wind up being forced back again. At this point, they only have 1:30. So, once again, they're going to go down the road, not switching up the comp up at all, still the same exact comp. They're just sort of sitting here, and if you look, so this is what I mean. This angle is just so hard, because the moment the Reinhardt pokes out like this, look how far they have to go. They still have a very, very far way to go at this point, even for a speed boost, and instantly, like he only poked out for a second and his shield is almost at half, like instantly, and there it is at half. So you can see they just are having such a hard time pushing up from this road area. But here they go, they're going to speed boost in, come in, and do exactly what they need to do. They're going to get close up, and they're going to choose to not use any of their ultimates. First of all, the Reaper got picked off, but it was good that Reinhardt did not take the ultimate there, because that would have just been a waste. Unfortunately, they didn't wind up baiting out any ultimates from Dignitas. So we have a minute left, and at this point, with only a minute left, we're also going to be seeing the tire come out to delay a little bit more. With 1 minute left, Anox now has a choice. They have 3 ults, with 3 on the way for next fight. If you look, they have Reaper, Tracer, Reinhardt, and next fight they're going to wind up having the Zenyatta, Lucio, and Zarya. So, and they also know that Dignitas has a lot of ults up themselves, because there's been pretty much no ults used. So as Anox, you have a choice. Either you go in and you try to use all 3 of your ults this fight, and also all 3 of your ults next fight, or you just go in, rush, save for the big 6 ult push around the 20-second mark or so. And at this rate, I would probably want to see them just save their ults and try to go for that big 6 ultimate push. But we're going to see what they do here. Tire's going to wind up stalling them out for about 5 to 10 seconds. Pretty good Tire. And here we go. We're going to speed boost in. Zarya ult is going to come out, as well as the McCree ult. And Anox is going to be completely just taken out. However, the Reaper does get a few key kills here, rather, at the end of the fight. And because the spawn is so close for the attackers and so far, relatively, for the defenders, they're going to be coming in here with no Junkrat to stop them. But that's not all. They still have Beat, they still have Black Hole, they still have Reaper and Reinhardt. So this fight is looking really, really, really good for Anox. And they're going to pop everything right there, get the team wipe, and that was exactly what I meant by just holding your ultimates. And that was a just great ultimate management by them to save up instead of, because it's really tempting to see, oh, it's 35 seconds, it's 40 seconds, and they're going to save up because it's really tempting to see, oh, it's 30 seconds, it's 40 seconds, we have to go, we have to blow everything and really push through. But they kept calm, said, okay, we will save our ultimates, just go in, try to bait some stuff out, and they did, and then do the final push at 10 to 15 seconds left, because that's all you need to really get onto the point, trigger overtime, and finally cap it. So now we have Dignitas is going to be attacking on the red side, and they're going to be running a completely different sort of offensive strategy. So they're going to be running an offensive Junkrat, also a Hanzo, also a Soldier. So lots and lots of long range. So they are going to take this long angle that we were talking about before, and they're going to spam back into Anox, who's also running their own sort of spam defense comp, kind of standard. And we are going to see that this is going to be really effective because actually Dignitas has even more damage than Anox, because Anox is running a Reaper as opposed to the Hanzo on Dignitas' side. So they're going to lose the spam war, and that's just going to immediately give Dignitas the point, basically. So this particular segment, the Dignitas on offense segment, is going to be a lot shorter than Anox's. But I just wanted to show this because they are both viable strategies, and you just can't approach a melee comp like you would a spam comp, and you can't approach a spam comp, of course, as you would a melee comp. So both of these strategies are equally viable. Of course, we saw the Dignitas one went a little bit more smoothly, but it's because they executed it the way the comp wanted to really be executed, sort of means to be executed. But anyway, that's my sort of brief analysis of the first point of Eichenwald, just to get your feet wet with a couple of different comps, some of the different angles, especially involved that first choke point. And so, you know, big thanks to Anox and Dignitas for putting on that great match for us to look at. Good luck in solo queue, and have a great day. Peace out, guys.